earliest memory. Probably like I was 5. It was around Passover, and I was walking down the hallway, and Aunt Harriet asked me where I was going, and I had no idea at the time. so she took me back to the dining room, and that's probably the earliest memory I have of Aunt Harriet.
Okay, so you said you had no idea where you were going at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Oh yeah, I was going to the bathroom, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think I was looking for Sam, for all known purposes. Is there any other questions?
Oh, really? What was that? What have I been asking everybody else?
Goodbye. I will.
What's your earliest memory on Aunt Harriet?
You know, I feel like she's always just been a presence in my life. You know, I remember her Pennsylvania house and getting locked in the rooms there all the time and having her get me out. That's what I remember.
So, what's your favorite?
Favorite memory? I don't think I have a favorite memory. I just have a lot of, like, fond memories of her. And her voice reminds me of my grandma, so it's really comforting.
What is your earliest memory of Aunt Harriet?
My earliest memory of Aunt Harriet, I met her in July of 1987 at Grandpop's 50th birthday party. Grandpop had a 50-mile bike ride for his 50th birthday, and there were 3 people who didn't ride, and that was Eli, Harriet, and me, Mommy. So we stayed, while everyone else rode 50 miles, we stayed back at a park and set up all the tables and lunch, and that's when I first met Harriet, and she was wearing a big straw hat, looked so pretty, and that's my earliest memory.
So, when you were setting up the tables, were you setting up like food on it, and like what type of food, if you were?
We were setting up food, mainly sandwiches and that type of thing. So I got to meet her during the daytime, and then at nighttime there was a house where Grandmom and Grandpop, Betsy and Monroe, they were renting a beautiful house on the bay, and there was a big party back at the house that night for Grandpop. So I got to meet a lot of family that weekend.
So the party back at the house by the bay? Swimming?
A little bit.
Okay, thanks for the interview.
You're welcome, Leah.
Bye-bye. So my mom, Carolyn, has another story, and would you like to tell it?
Sure, I have 2 stories. One is a mushy story, one is a semi-funny, I hope it's not insulting story. In Harriet, I sneak salt in my pocketbook to some of the family dinners and parties. So I'm sorry. I love the cooking, I love the food, it's just that I have a salt problem. So if you see a bulky purse, it's me. And if anybody needs some sea salt, I have some. So my mushy story is this. So that summer of 1987 that I was just telling you about, that's when Mommy and Daddy were dating. So we got engaged in 1990, and Aunt Harriet decided to have an engagement party for us. And she threw an engagement party, and she also invited my family, like Uncle Kev and Uncle Seal and Uncle Chris and Uncle Rick, everybody, to share Thanksgiving out in the country with all of Daddy's extended family. And my brothers-in-law were so impressed. And actually, it was Uncle Kev who came up to me at that Thanksgiving, and he said, Carolyn, he said, you are really lucky. You are marrying into a very loving, kind family. And he was really happy for us. So thank you, Aunt Harriet, for always including everyone and for valuing family and for passing along that value system to everyone. Thank you.
And for helping us furnish our house. It's been very, very helpful. We now have a table that we can eat at. We have a light to light our family room. We have chairs in our living room, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you.